In this lecture, we will study about biomes. Biomes are areas on Earth with similar climatic, topographic, and soil conditions, and with similar biological communities. Two important factors that determine the distribution of a biome are temperature and precipitation. Biomes can be terrestrial biome and aquatic biomes. Major terrestrial biomes are deserts, grasslands, tundra, taiga, temperate deciduous forest, tropical rainforest. Desert biome. Desert biome is characterized by dry, hot conditions and very low precipitation. Since moisture to absorb and store heat is very low, therefore daily and seasonal temperatures fluctuate widely in the desert biome. So due to lack of moisture and a wide range of temperature fluctuations, only those plants and animals are found in the desert which can tolerate these harsh conditions. In the desert, temperature may reach 50 degrees Celsius during the day and can drop to nearly freezing at night. Animals in desert have both structural and behavioral adaptation to meet the three critical needs, that is food, water and heat survival. Many are nocturnal, that is they emerge from their shelters only at night. They obtain moisture from the food they eat like seeds and grains. To conserve water, they produce highly concentrated urine and nearly dry feces. Many species acquire moisture from cellular energy production, and this is known as metabolic water. For example, kangaroo rats receives all the moisture it needs from cellular respiration and from the plants and insects it eats. Further, animals like snakes and lizards have thick scales on their body. Plants are also well adapted to desert conditions. Cacti, for example, have shallow root systems so that they can directly absorb rainwater, whereas some have deep tap roots. Water is stored in succulent water retaining tissues. They have thick outer layers and waxy coats that reduce moisture loss. Plants are widely spaced on the desert floor to reduce competition for water. Leaves are modified into thorns that provide protection to the plants, and so on. Unfortunately, deserts in the world are expanding as a result of human activities such as overgrazing livestock and the production of greenhouse gases. Next is the grassland biome. Grassland biome is found in those regions of intermediate precipitation, that is, which is enough to support grasses but not enough to support trees. Most of the grasslands are on flat or slightly rolling terrain. The soils are probably the richest in the world as a result of thousands of years of plant growth and decay. They lack trees because they lack sufficient annual precipitation and experience periodic drought. Grasses are able to thrive well because they require less water than the trees, and many species of grass send their roots deep into the earth, drawing sufficient moisture. They are also well adapted to the periodic fires. Fire burn the plant from above the ground but do not harm the roots from which new life can spring up. Because soils of the grassland biome are so rich, they are heavily exploited by people for agriculture. Poor agricultural practices in grasslands have resulted in widespread soil erosion and desertification. Now, the Tundra biome. Tundra is characterized by the harshest climate. It is located in high mountains or at far northern or southern latitudes. It is a treeless landscape characterized by a very short growing season and a cold, harsh winters. Water is abundant in tundra, but for much of the year, it is locked up in ice or snow and is unavailable to the plants. It has grasses, shrubs, and mat like vegetation, that is, mosses and lichens, which are adapted to the harsh climatic conditions and receive very less precipitation. Because in tundra, summers are very short and winters are so cold, deeper layers of the soil remain frozen throughout the year and therefore is known as permafrost. Permafrost and harsh winters prevent the deep rooted plants such as trees from growing there. During the summers, superficial layers of soil melt, and since water cannot percolate into the deeper layers of the soil and also cannot evaporate, therefore, many shallow ponds and lakes are formed. Animals that live in the tundra have thick layers of insulation and large body size so that they can retain heat well. Some animals are migratory and many hibernate during the winters. Tundra is a fragile environment. At present, greatest threat to tundra is caused by mining and oil and gas exploration. Since growing season is very short, vegetation gets very little time to recover from the damage caused by these activities. Damage caused by oil spills or hazardous waste may take even longer. Moreover, some of these sites are the breeding and feeding grounds of migratory species. And so such activities adversely affects the biodiversity.